Hi, Frank Terlep here, and in this video, I am going to introduce you to CIECA's calibration workflow process, and then show you how our company helps businesses implement a calibration workflow that meets and in some cases exceeds CIECA's envisioned workflow. Now, from 2019 through the end of 2020, the CIECA Calibration Committee spent 18 months developing this workflow. The committee included dozens of industry representatives from every segment, and the end result was a 12-step workflow that focused on documentation and on safety. The 12-step workflow starts with the identification of ADAS components on the vehicle and then ends with the final step of completing a final scan, performing a QC process, and then reviewing the ADAS features with the customer. Now, in between step number 1 and number 12, you've got consulting with the customer, making a checklist, considering repairs, scanning the vehicle, completing and documenting the process, identifying any and all calibration preconditions, making sure those preconditions are met during the process, completing a dynamic and or static calibration, coordinating with collision repair personnel, and testing the vehicle's ADAS systems functionality through a test drive, also known as a dynamic systems verification. Now, over the past 18 months, my company has developed the industry's first and only end-to-end solution designed to support the implementation of CIECA's calibration workflow. Our ADAS CoPilot is the industry's fastest, easiest, and most accurate way to identify, to locate, and inspect ADAS technologies on a vehicle. Our calibration CoPilot platform is the industry's best way to offer, manage, document, and invoice for calibrations or other ADAS-related services. And finally, our patent-pending test drive CoPilot platform is the absolute world's best way to properly perform, manage, document, and invoice for post-calibration, post-repair test drives, or better known as dynamic system verifications. So as stated earlier, CIECA's first step in the process, or their initial step in the process, is the identification of the ADAS components on a vehicle. In seconds, our ADAS CoPilot mobile app identifies all ADAS components on a vehicle by simply scanning the barcode. This will save repairers and calibration personnel tons of time. ADAS CoPilot also provides users guidance on where ADAS components are typically located to help them locate ADAS components quickly. Now, if during the inspection of the vehicle, the user identifies ADAS components need to be replaced or RNI'd, ADAS CoPilot will flag that component as needing a calibration. ADAS CoPilot will also then recommend the shop access the appropriate OEM repair procedures and then contact their calibration provider for pricing. The next step, consulting with the customer. Now, we recommend shops use ADAS CoPilot to educate the customer about their vehicle's ADAS systems, the repair, as well as the calibration requirements for that vehicle. Shops can even share the detailed ADAS inspection report with the customer. Next, make a checklist. The ADAS CoPilot inspection report is automatically created and emailed to the appropriate shop personnel. We recommend the report get auto-emailed to the shop's repair planner so he or she can get a head start on research and the repair plan. The report can also get auto-shared with the calibration provider so the calibration provider can prepare for the calibration and any other services they are going to perform for the shop. Workflow step number 3, consider the repairs. Well, since ADAS CoPilot, the ADAS CoPilot inspection report is auto-emailed to the repair planner, it will reduce the time for that repair planner to do the research and the complete and accurate repair plan. Step 4, scan the vehicle, assess and address any diagnostic codes, and document the results. Well, there's good news. All of our solutions have been designed to work with any scanning solution. So no matter if you use Aztec, AirPro, Opus, or any other aftermarket scanning device or tool, it will and can work with any of our solutions. Workflow step number 5, complete and document the process. This is where our Calibration CoPilot platform shines. Once a detailed repair plan is completed, the shop, through their CCC1 system, can schedule the calibration and other ADAS services with their calibration or mobile service provider. The calibration or mobile service provider can receive this service request on their PC, on their laptop, on the tablet they're using for calibrations, or on the Calibration CoPilot mobile app. The shop can then also use the Calibration CoPilot platform to view pricing and select the services they need from their calibration provider. The shops can also share the RO lines with their calibration provider so the provider knows what repairs were performed on the vehicle they are going to calibrate. Repairers can then create and download an estimate related to the calibration or other ADAS related services needed on a vehicle. We do this early in the process so the repairer can get early approvals and reduce supplements. CIECA workflow step number 6, perform post-repair scans, address and clear codes. And as I stated earlier, all of our solutions have been designed to work with any scanning solution. Workflow step number 7, identify all calibration preconditions. Now, our Calibration CoPilot platform provides the calibration or mobile service provider the ability to create customizable precondition checklists that allow for uploading and storing of images, videos, PDFs, and any other file types. Workflow step number 8, ensure all preconditions are met. Well, with our Calibration CoPilot platform, as each calibration precondition is met, they are checked off and marked with a time and date stamp. Images, videos, and other files are uploaded, stored, and immediately shared with the shop or the customer. Step number 9, complete dynamic and/or static calibrations. So once the dynamic and/or static calibrations are completed, reports, screenshots, images, videos, and other files are also uploaded, stored, and again, immediately shared with the shop. And also, all actions are time and date stamped. Step number 10, coordinate with collision repair personnel. So once the calibration and other services are completed, a detailed calibration report and invoice is automatically generated and shared with the shop. This saves the calibration or mobile service provider tons of time and effort while providing the shop with the industry's best and most detailed calibration documentation. Each shop also has their own web portal where all calibration and all ADAS service documentation is stored and always available if they're an active customer. Workflow step number 11. Test the vehicle's ADAS system's functionality. Also known as a test drive or dynamic systems verification, this is where the ADAS systems need to be tested to ensure they operate as designed before the vehicle is given back to the consumer. Our patent-pending Test Drive CoPilot platform provides OEM-based test drive procedures as well as OEM-based videos. It also records video, audio, speed, time, the person performing the dynamic systems verification, as well as mileage, and also tracks and documents the entire test drive on a map. Test Drive CoPilot is the absolute world's best way to perform, manage, document, and invoice for test drives or dynamic systems verifications. Now, the end result of this ADAS systems functionality process is a detailed report that also includes a checklist of all ADAS systems that passed or failed during the dynamic systems verification. Workflow step number 12. Complete a final scan and QC process and review the ADAS features and results with the customer. Our ADAS, calibration, and Test Drive CoPilot systems provide the best and most detailed documentation that can and should be shared with each customer, as well as added to the claim folder. Now, because ADAS systems control braking, acceleration, and steering, we believe ADAS repairs can be a life or death event. That is why we developed the ADAS, calibration, and Test Drive CoPilot platforms. Now, our mission is simple. We want to help the industry properly estimate, calibrate, and validate ADAS repairs to ensure the ADAS systems on an ADAS-equipped vehicle operate as designed before the vehicle owners get the vehicle back after a repair or after a calibration. Our CoPilot platforms, when combined, deliver the best way to estimate, to calibrate, and validate ADAS repairs and calibrations, and provide the most complete management and documentation platform of its kind. So for more information on ADAS CoPilot, Calibration CoPilot, or Test Drive CoPilot, visit our website at www.autotexcelerators.com. Send us an email at sales@autotexcelerators.com or give us a call, 855-953-7483.